Interesting lighting, isn't it? Is it inviting? Is it igniting your passion? How about now? The real star of this moment is supposed to be this wacky. Is that a nest? I hope not. It's just a leaf, I think. Weird lighting, weird lighting. The star, we could have gotten better lighting earlier. I'm so sorry. But the star is this crazy, succulent, alien thing. Can you see the majesty of it? I legitimately was afraid this morning that little aliens were going to pop out of these pods. I still am not so convinced that they won't. But I've never seen this in my life. Okay, I'm going to drop the British for a minute. Maybe pick it back up. Talk to you as Teal. Look at my crazy lollipop pants. Wore them in the basement once. Space is the place. Obviously, the place where all the billionaires have their pee-pee contest. Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win it? So stupid. So stupid. Spent billions to go into space to the edge of space for 11 minutes today. It was very vital and important. Meanwhile, everything's flooding and being demolished here on the planet and people are desperate, but I came back to Earth in a cowboy hat. Cool, 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 cool. Fool. You're a fool. Okay, so anywho, on with the shoe. We've had these before. I believe they're called like chicken in the hen or hen in the coop or chicken hen pen. Something. Let's see if we can get a little. Speaking of phallic rockets in space, get a taste of that. Incoming. I mean, I just think it's crazy. I think it's a crazy pod. Trying to. Okay, this is odd. We're trying. Testing. Glitter will bring us back. Okay, we're trying to get it just so you're kind of in it. Here we go. We're in it. So yeah, I had to cuddle up with this because space is the place. Oh, it's getting fresh. It's getting fresh. We have to kind of maneuver how we're awkwardly crouched on a piece of log on the ground. It's okay. We got it. We got the hang of it. So crazy stuff. I'm kind of letting myself off the hook, but also not because I feel that the bulk. My mom is so loud from inside. I feel like you can hear her out here. We're outside, and I feel like you can hear her. Can you tone it down a little bit, Mom? Houston, can you read me? Can you have my mom tone it down just a bit? I wonder where I get it from. Anyway, kind of letting myself off the hook a little bit with ease because I found these and they spoke to me. Okay, where do I start? Sometimes I get songs stuck in my head in crazy ways. Backtrack again. Gizmo's doing better, you guys. If you're following, riveted closely along every day, I just want you to know that my bud, my baby bear, my brown bear, my boy Gizmo, he's doing better. He's a little lethargic and drugged up, but he's better. So that's how we are able to bring you this little bit better energy today because I'm feeling good about his progress and we're taking care of him and we have an amazing vet who's gonna get a gift card and some flowers for the love she gave the little guy. So fast forward. Sometimes I get crazy songs stuck in my head in very specific, embarrassing, weird voices. I'm probably going to do it wrong because I do it correctly really only when I'm alone. But all day today it's been like, oh, I wish that they could all be California girls. I wish that they could all be California. Wish they all could be California girls. And in like that voice, in that kind of lounge singery, a little more cartoony, but you get the gist. And sometimes they just enter my head that way. I'm afraid of bugs right now. If I freak out, that's why. Or aliens. Or Jeff Bezos' crew came to pick me up for the next cock off to infinity and PP contests. God, the clouds are amazing right now. We're gonna show you before they. I hope they stay this way. I don't know. Should we risk it? Should we risk it for the biscuit? Show you now. Hope we can get the phone in the exact right position. It's really good. I'm scared. There's sounds. There's noises. Ah, it's a little grasshopper. I think we'll be okay. Is anybody in there? It's very dense bushiness behind me. But, okay. We'll save it. I don't know what to do. They look really cool right now, guys. You know, I'm going to show you right now. We're talking about the sky. We're talking about space. We're going to go back into the stories. But they just look really good right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like... Trying to give you the full scope. I mean, it just keeps getting better over there. I don't know. I feel like that was worth it. Like we went outward. Now we'll come back inward. Inward. Okay. So where was I? Kind of letting myself off easy because I found these poems, but I'm not really, because there's a lot of soul squeezy that has to kind of be, I want this shown. It's like I almost have to rest it in my armpit. The little broccoli pods. It's about Momo and I mostly, and then some really deep processing thoughts from a friend who, I won't call out her name because they know that they know that I am always harvesting their words and taking very much to heart what they say and weaving it together. But the subject matter is quite of the intense variety, and so they know. I told you you remind me of Momo so much, and you will meet, and you have to meet, and we'll all be there making mischief and magic. But similar soul texture and the way you both say things that just say it. Like, really say it. Ooh, it's juicy. It's so juicy. Ooh, that's a shade spot. You're gonna hit that. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna read at the end. Pretty much all direct quotes. I wove in a few of my own fill in the blanks where I was trying to keep up and made it rhyme a little or added a bit of girth to the pathway. But that'll be the end. These are from times in LA. I found these, and Momo is so much of me. She helped me be me, and we were in outer space every night, baby. We were in outer space every night. I feel like I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry, friend. I'm trying to lean just ever so perfectly so that I don't encroach upon your magnificent alien pod style. But I feel like I have to do a bit of soul squeezing on these ones because they're quite weird, and it's LA times, and it's times when we were struggling with each other's energy. And I've said before, I envied her writing so much, and it would just pour out of her in these like vats of meaning and depth, and God, it was just all right there. And she was just, filling notebooks with the stuff. But it's good because that well that I talk about, that other friends have used as metaphor to me, the carving of the deeper well. I mean, it's in Khalil Gibran. It's a thing, but we who are finding a way to the well find it and use it as a metaphor. That the pain carves out this space for more love. See, so Momo and I have this unbreakable love, infinite, crazy, filling the sky love, but we had some dark cave spelunking. I wish they all could be the California girls. The California girls. Yeah. Sing it into the outlet. What is your outlet? Lest you forget your outlet. So, weird stuff. Few quotes from movies that I don't know, or books, or maybe I know the reference, but there's a few things woven in here that I'm like, I wish that I marked my references every time that I was nipple clamped by the muse. You know what I mean? I get so, oh my God, the muse, she's talking to me, she's paying attention to me, and I don't always know all my sources. So again, any of these, if I'm grappling for the source of the thing, and you know this thing, give it to me, tell me. I do not always know. So some of it's me, some of it's her, some of it's it, some of it's that, here, there, everywhere, little bits. So we're jumping around ever so slightly, but it'll all make sense, probably, at some point. Okay, so backstory is, okay, I've shown you this, and this is Alien 2. We read a lot from the Revolutionary Journal, and this is, I think I maybe added more eyes since the last we spoke, but maybe not. Spoke of such things. Spoke of ships and sealing wax. I think I've glossed over part of this story, but Mo and I, do you remember that the space age alien pizza bar? She forgets a lot of things. She was quite young, a babe, a wee babe, freshly smacked babe, and there's this alien pizza bar. It was amazing. There was like this 30-foot giant stuffed alien that had a black light, and all the tables were like outer space resin creations, spaceships stuck inside. Everything had levers and knobs. And we met this British bloke. We met a bloke that we both fancied. We both had a bit of a fancy for him. And this will all tie in at the end with what my other friend, who needs to meet Momo, and their souls have minutia similar. They need to meet. All ties in at the end. But we both wanted him, and we both wanted him to want us. So it pitted us against each other, and it became a competition, you see. It became tug of war, and we couldn't be on the same side because we both wanted the same thing. You see the dilemma. And I always had this hang up that she was more beautiful than I, and I let it spoil my occasions to the Fairfax flea market and such nonsense. I just couldn't accept. I had no acceptance of my own beauty at the time. So her preposterous beauty and all of its noticeably pungent beauty that people would stop and remark upon, I was hung up and thought I was frail and weak and nothing and pimply and spindly. That's what I thought. That's what I felt. So this competition, this fellow, and he was really laying it on thick with both of us. Lots of thick laying upon of the, you want a pit, and you'd like to joust over me, would you? I think I'll play right into that. So, and do you remember, Mo? It's just such a good story. I mean, it's messed up. Everything about it was messed up, but it's so good. And I made up that Lavaling song at the alien bar. Lavaling, 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 lavaling. Well, we made it up. I started lavaling, but then you added so many good choruses, and if only, goddess only, if I could remember all the choruses, but it was just so rock. And I think maybe London boy, or where was he from? I wrote it down. I was going to do the show and tell. I'm trying to get through all this. So many thoughts. From Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough, I think. You say, away means come on. Drew me a map. So, this is where I am, is London. If you say away, means come on. It's always hard to sit there with your feet in cement while someone compliments you either casually or lavishly. I believe Mo said that, but it was about this interaction that, you know, women always like want compliments, but then when they get them, they're like, oh no, that's not me, I suck. And we came up with that concept together, eating pizza. And then, so yeah, and it went, I mean, how did it all go? Lavaling, 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 lavaling. And the magma flows with magmatization. Lavaling, lavaling. And the aliens come from their alien civilization. Lavaling, lavaling. I mean, it went on for so many great bars and lines. But we ate this pizza, we ate the Zorsi, and Mo developed a terrible, horrible, outrageously bad reaction, an allergic reaction. There was pine nuts in the pesto, and she didn't know about the pine nuts, and her face swelled up like Wilson the volleyball, and it was terrifying. So, homeboy went to the hospital with us. That was all very weird. There was a gunshot victim while we were there, and he was like sneaking me off to flirt with me and then checking on Mo and flirt with her. I mean, tisk tisk. Boys love that, especially when you're in Hollywood. But he said to us, girls, if I could dream all your bad dreams for you, I would. Love, big pecs, chicken legs. If I could dream all your bad dreams for you, I would. Love, big pecs, chicken legs. So I'll cover his name, but okay, I just think it's funny. How do I cover his name? Right. There's where he wrote that to us, and then he drew this, like, fat chicken, and it says, oops, I missed. It's trying to shoot a basket. Anywho, and then he drew this for us, and I thought it was hilarious. That's what happened to Momo. We were trying to describe it later on. We met up, we went then, I don't even know if it was the same night. Every night went on for like 16 nights, but we ended up at the Roosevelt Hotel in the swimming pool, and someone broke a glass, and we were rowdy, and we were flirtatious, and I think I started making out with him in the pool, and then maybe she made out with him too. I don't know what was happening. But we were vying over this dude who wasn't even, I mean, he was okay, he was cute, he was alright. But it was like, so puffy they've gone squidgy. Terrible, terrible experience. So puffy they've gone squidgy. And I had never heard squidgy because Great British Baking Show wasn't a thing, folks. It wasn't a thing yet. Nobody knows squidgy yet. Alien in Nature, another sacred friend, drew that for me. But yeah, interesting. So basically, I won the favor, if you could say that was a victory. It really wasn't. I'll tell you here and now that the outcome, there was no outcome all the way, but there was some outcome, and it was not worth it. It was not worth it. It just simply wasn't worth it. But I won the favor, and we got in a fight, and we were yelling and accusing and accusatory and saying shit we didn't want to really say, and I said something along the lines of like, you just always have to be the pretty one, and everyone always wants you, and it was, it was a movie, it was an episodic drama, and that wasn't even I don't know, there's more to it, we were living very intensely in each other's presence, so things got tense and intense, and we were in it, but that's okay. We were fully alive together. That's the key. That's why it got squidgy. It was so puffy it had gone squidgy. So this was just a stressful moment when I kind of rephrase some of what's in the other part of the poem, and as you can see, much like others, it's very hard to read. It's all over the place. There's no real structure to how you're supposed to read it, like in what order. But hey, that's the mystery of it all. But yeah, so there's some reiteration after the fact, like I'm doing the last time on kind of summary. Last time, here's what you missed, in a weird poetic form. So it repeats a little, and that's not an accident, I guess. I was just really trying to process it. I couldn't stand having this tension with her because she was my everything and my foundation and my home and my love and my family in that crazy Hollywood thing that it was. Sea monster. It was a sea monster. Quite squidgy. But yeah, how hilarious. That Dodo, that boy, he knew exactly what he was doing, didn't he? Yes, he did. Exactly what he was up to. But then, and it was more intense. We all kind of bonded because we all went to the hospital. Or you say we all went to hospital. Hospital. We all went to hospital. You don't say that. We all went to hospital together. Tacos. It was really very silly of Harry to marry Sally. It was really very silly of Harry to marry Sally. Went to hospital. So we bonded deeply, and then he was just playing both angles. I somehow remember I was also hitting on like a guy with a broken arm. It's just LA. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how these things wove together. And Momo, I had to watch him shoot the thing into her leg, and I screamed aloud because it was so scary. So that was bonding. And that wasn't the whole source of the tension. I can't summarize it all, but the point is, we love each other fucking deeply and triumphantly, more than any dude who came along ever could. So, here it is. Crazy stuff with crazy feelings behind it. Like a substance not happening in sequence, the eternity of sun, the threat of apathy. heavy with us. This audible degree, LA is dead. We're gonna slam on the gas and do it. Cycle round, boundless origin, original syntax. The punishment of being the night sky, watching your children expire by the millions, but free, free from those men snakes in an apple red delirium. So apple red delirium was, I told you, we used to write poems by like leaving each other one line of the poem and then adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. And in an apple red delirium was her line for sure, left on my windshield. And we would weave it into different things. And so the one thing I think is maybe not my words, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is my words. The punishment of being the night sky, watching your children expire by the millions. I don't know. I don't know if I said that or someone else said that. Don't quote me on it, because I don't know. But so this is the longer version of that, and it winds around some insecurities and some bottomless wells of things we were feeling. I mean, yeah, that crazy story, the anecdote about the Roosevelt Hotel and the Middlesbrough boy, that was just adrenaline, crazy fluff stuff on top. We were living our deepest, real content, soul content together. So just know there was more than a silly boy in the works. But that was a strange night and funny. Okay, so this is a longer version of that, and it gets into some stuff. It's like a substance, some kind of thing. This isn't happening in sequence. A million choices, the threat of apathy, so extreme to feel ignored. Each moment is its own day. I have long days with people. The sun sets on people very quickly. Drop city, trickle down effect, confederacy of dunces. Obviously, I know that's a book. Confederacy of dunces. How can such an offering... ... Swivel kiss, Caesar, insane and insecure. Memorize his face. I felt the magic of what I did. The discovery of brown eyes. The conglomerate of man. Joanna Newsom. Really listen. The eternity of sun. Heavy with me this audible degree. The way that Mary loves him. I was supposed to see his suffering. The secret other women of Adam, the punishment of being the night sky, the punishment of being mothers of the night sky, the magic of the moment that's keeping it alive. Monopoly money, Adam, nihilistic. She makes herself so much smaller than him, and he encourages it. Dean, LA guy, spiky hair, black sunglasses. I couldn't leave without kissing him at that point. That game, always the game. Philip K. Dick, green goo. Whatever he thinks is killing and torturing him is what everyone goes through. I was watching it for the first time. He was bored already. How do we let go of our sky, of our mothers? I just smiled, and he thought. He wondered what that smile was. He wondered what that smile was. LA is dead. He had us at gunpoint, but he was still charming the hell out of us. My vision is a mound of covers. Can we use a condom? Look, you're gonna ruin the shot. Finally, we escaped from this pornographic nightmare. We're gonna slam on the gas and do it. A pigeon. A pigeon hit us right as we hit the wall. A pigeon hit us right as we hit the wall. How unnecessary. Finally, being the version of myself who relates to this confusing bullshit. Relating to people who will never relate to me. This is outer space. This is how she feels like she's dying. She speaks in terms of everybody. She sucks upon a long honk. I fill my head with her. She clears her head of me. I know who I am against. I do not know who I am for. I hated that. I hated that. Am I simple? Feeling so cluttered on my sheetless bed. What is simple? Cock, dick, prick, cock. Simple is stopping before the insecure dribble boundaries. I was getting called out by saying, I know who I am against, I do not know who I am for. So I dwelled on that like a record playing in my mind. But sometimes we need to be called out. Sometimes I need to show you this sky in a second. But this is a no boundaries notebook. You remember those from grade school. It's, no boundaries. So I just added that to the words. I wrote, simple is stopping before the insecure dribble. Boundaries. Added that. Yes, so that was a hard time. This is outer space. That's what it felt like, but in a really hard, vacuous way. So I'll just end on these beautiful words of my friend, and I feel like I have to show you the sky as I do it, or it'll change too quickly. Because it's oh my gosh, it's just, ooh, can you see how incredible it is? But yeah, that was some well carving emotions that she and I felt. We needed it to carve the well, you know? Maybe, the sky looks cooler there. I'm trying to show you the, sunset that's real orangey, but I guess you can kind of get more of the groove this way. So I'll just kind of, can I? I can. Hey, how about that? So these are all just direct quotes from my friend whom I really want to combine trifecta mentality and brilliance with me and he and Mo and figure out what we need to know. So yeah, I'm just pointing out that though some of those words felt painful, there was gain, there's lessons, there's growth. And sometimes that requires painful bits. Similar to this. Just really enjoying this third eye of the alien. Feels right. Space is the place. Ask Bezos. So direct quotes here. I added a little bit. I'll tell you the one line I did add that I'm proud of. There have been some hard, loud messages in this move. At least I'm in the part where I'm not ignoring it anymore. Now the distance is starting. I walked away from someone I love, so I'm not there, and I can't try to keep some sort of tabs on him. He's going to do whatever he's going to do, whether it's good for him or not. He said all these hard-to-process things before I left, but I have too much real stuff going on here to work on that processing. When I just accept it for what it was, for what it felt like, it was pulling away. A drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts. Right now, I have to understand that this is where I belong. I'm coming to that painful realization that my life is not bringing me to France again anytime soon or to LA. Life is too real to do that flitting and flashing. It's okay that you are feeling the need to reject the established path. I've never done anything traditional, even though I come from tradition. I can't have it like other people have it. But still, I keep going through these cycles of bitterness. It's mostly due to social media. I get this fixation like, I want to be a step ahead too. I want to be there too. I want to feel that. I guess that's the illusion. Everyone you gawk at is a step ahead, cued into something that they may or may not actually be cued into. But I don't really want what they have. I just have to be grateful and aware of my breath. I have to return to basics like, I'm breathing. Awesome. What's for me is for me. But Teal, if you are actually digging in your creative crate, and you're doing it. Fuck the reactions or the number of viewers. What exists beyond the level of genuine you're handing out? Whoo, it's bleak, baby. The heartfelt pickings are quite slim. I look at the hot products and feel ashamed to be categorized as human alongside what is considered the hot commodity humans. Or I feel weird misplaced jealousy, like,
Yeah, I'm happy you're doing that, I guess. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. I want to be genuinely proud of what others are doing and what I'm doing. But why does it always have to be such a competition? There's the part I was circling back around to. Like, okay, I see you going into space with your cock rocket. Is there a point? Is it selfish? Is any act of self-focus just selfish? Everything besides breath is extraneous. That's what I'm focusing on. I can't spend this life looking to others thinking, oh shit, I should be doing that. Perhaps it's all just heaps of perspective. New ways to quantify chaos tolerance. This is how we need to measure our insanity, I think. Everyone's just pushing it so much, like, gotta do this, gotta be normal, gotta get back to 2019 vibes. It's hysterical. It's like, no, adapt, learn, shift a bit, please. Can you? If you let go just a little and change just a little, you start to hear the messages again. It's like you have 7,000 unheard messages from the cosmos. Yeah, hey, it's me, the cosmos. Again. I'll be here when you get your head out of your butt, ready to tell you shit when you're ready to listen. No one is even listening, and they're so proud of what they're all up to. I'm like, good for you, fuckers. You're back on your feet. Hooray, good for you. So, like, help someone if you're so stabilized, because my oh my, there's a lot of us who are not. But it's just, people want normalcy not to be better people, but as bragging rights. Like, we're back in the competition. So I just get out of their way. So the story is, I'm adjusting, sort of. A little bit of the love that I did have and had to leave would be nice now. But I learned a lot already from loosening my grip on it. But you and I, Teal, and people like us, we're stretching the shit out of our hearts. We have to. We have to expand. Who are we going to be if we just stick to this shit that isn't working? If we just stay stubbornly just this way? I don't have to destroy the love, though, just because it isn't exactly what I wanted it to be. I can just let it be and keep moving. With giving love, offering it, like, here you go, it's love. You can be totally fucking direct. And maybe the person still chooses not to listen or absorb it. Doesn't mean you have to demolish the love or, like, incinerate it. Let it be love. Just let it be love. Just let it be love. That was my line. Just let it be love. Just let it be love. And then that actually transitioned him into the other thoughts of, like, with giving love, offering it. You can be direct. Okay, so storage is low. I also came up with the bit about perhaps it's all just heaps of perspective, new ways to quantify chaos tolerance. Chaos Tolerance is the name of the new EP. Look at that sky. Ooh-wee. Chaos Tolerance. We got chaos tolerance. Let me try to be a cheerleader again. We got chaos tolerance. How about you? So, space is the place. That's a lot of thoughts. Love you. Bye.